You ever seen that movie Die Hard with Bruce Willis when Al Rickman's character is Hans, the terrorist, and the one lawyer, the Al will take it, he goes in there and and he's all, come on, John, just play it cool. And he's all, man, you don't know what kind of people, you don't know me, all right? You don't know me, just boom, I'll get somebody you do care about. Oh, Will Clay. And yeah, people like that, because he could play it. Hans was slick, he could, when he gets, it's with my Will Clay, and then he tries to get him killed, and he remembers he's not wearing any shoes, and he has him shoot out the glass to cut up his feet. He's just, you're nothing but a common thief. I'm not a common thief, I'm an exceptional thief. That's thieves, that's just covered in the movie The Kite Runner, a thief. He's like, well, yeah, no, a person who murders somebody is a thief. They steal somebody's father, their brother, their sister, their mother, a rapist is a thief. They steal somebody's innocence, something's precious they wanted to share with someone that they wanted to share it with. A lot of things and stuff like that, so what we got to look at is the world, the sense of the world. And right now, man, I ain't making no deals with you. I don't like you, all right? I'm not here to make deals with the beast. I'm here to coexist and survive with the beast, rendering to Caesar what is Caesar's. But I'm not here to make deals with you. I'm here to kick your ass. If I die, I die. That's just life. Cowboys, man. Straight fucking cowboys. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. That's just the way it is. They tell me, I've looked at it. Okay, I got to stay here in El Paso. I'll go do what I got to do. I'm going to stay quiet for a while because I got to make sense of my life in the world. They told me in Sierra Vista this was to save children and the babies. And I was like, well, let's go run in front of a bus then. If it's going to save the babies, let's go do it. If you guys would have told me this right off the get-go, I wouldn't have it. I don't know what's going on, man. The thing is what it is basically when that lawyer guy comes up, come on, John, he's like, you don't know what kind of people you're dealing with. You don't get it, man. He's a cop. He understands these kind of people. Most regular people are like, what? No. Like I told you about Bob when he told me about one of the psychological profiles they do on a female and a serial killer. And he says, that a female serial killer, will have a death in the family, go to a funeral, meet this really nice guy, and then she'll kill somebody in that same family to meet that guy again. Yeah, they get obsessed with things, and wow, and I'm like, wow, that's weird. It's like a stalker mentality. It's like an obsession kind of thing. That's how female serial killers work. They obsess. It's usually over a man. They're like, wow, that's crazy. Hey, wait a minute. I think I was married to that. Okay. Only because she was getting ready. She was going to let the kids she was going to have me, had Natalie 3 times try to get rid of that baby so she could go be with Yorgi without any ties and stuff, but she needed that. She rethinks it. Oh wait, I need Crumb to keep him off me financially so I can ditch the other 4. It's psycho. I have trouble understanding it too, but it's just the way the self-centeredness these people are raised with. It's self-serving, it's crazy. And I got to be able to make sense of life, guys, so I need some time down. I ain't betraying you. I ain't letting nobody down. This is hard, and it's real hard. And man, I think I'm having conversations with a famous one, and it drives me nuts. But the song I was listening to is beautiful. It reminds me of my, Hold On to Hope and Goodbye, Goodbye, My Love, Goodbye. It reminds me of my kids, So I was sitting there listening to the song, and I'm like, I don't want to hear that again. Why? It's like Jesse with Emily. Now this one's reminding me of Miami and my Kate, and my Noah, and my Goodbye, My Love, Goodbye, Hold On to Hope, Goodbye. Wow, okay. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Fuck. People are mean. I love you, too. This is hard, man. This is really hard. I was going to come in here and have this great speech prepared for you and do a really great number, I had it all ready. I was sitting there it's emotional and sitting there trying to make sense of life, and I'm, And then I come in, it's just you again. It's just me. Hi, how are you doing? What do you want to talk about? Okay, I have a really great prepared speech. What? I said, fuck it and just be myself. Well, because Al G told me. What? Al G said, you listen to Ahmad and other guys and stuff, and Joe too. Best hip-hop is free flow, improv. Okay, so go. Don't go in there and have that long prepared speech by the guy who was this great orator that spoke before Abraham Lincoln at the Gettysburg Address. And he said he wrote his speech on the train. It's just kind of like, what, 407 years ago, our founding fathers got hit by the, and gave all, these guys, man, on this ground, just gave all to try to preserve the Union and preserve the freedom of us, man. These brothers did, man. Right here. That's about all I got to say about that. And that was it, man. He Forrest Gumped him and took the, and you're like, damn. Abe it wasn't Abe, just, he admitted he was wrong on a lot of things, man. And freeing the slave, he went before Congress. I fucked up for 4 years, man. But in freeing the slave, we ensure freedom of the free. And I fucked up. I thought the border slave state, and he knows it. And he's a brave man. I mean, he's courageous. He's cool. He died a physical death early from people that hated him because he did the right thing. I love me some Abraham Lincoln, man. I judged him a lot of times. I was like, man, he could have done that. He could have saved those Minneconjou Sioux. No, he was already the nigger lover president. He couldn't be the Minneconjou lover. I was like, but he could have stayed to execution. They were given rancid meat and and the Dakotas, or was it Minnesota? I can't remember. But I was like, what did he do? Like, man, he had to preserve the Union. He couldn't save 50 innocent Sioux to sacrifice the Union. Fug. That was then. This is now. That was then. This is now. Now we have global networks. Now we have the internet. Now we have the thing. No, these dudes are innocent, man. They were given rancid meat and betrayed on the reservation and being treated like complete crap. Well, it's war. We've got war going on. I can't take care of our niggers. What? They're human beings trying to feed their family. No, they're not. Neither are these black people. Most people don't think that. You watch Monsters Ball? Porch Monkeys. Your mom hated them niggers too. Oh man, that movie is deep and it's hard. I remember watching it and I'm like, damn, I remember shit like that coming out of my own family when I was growing up. Me and Amy watching it and I was like, damn, shit is hard to watch. But it hits home. Same with Prince of Tides, man. That shit just hit home. Bam! I watched Nuts and it was deep too. I was like, man, that's deep, that's hard. I felt sorry for the mom and the dad. They had this perfect life and it was all going to shit because they were human and tried to cover it up and couldn't admit their sins and couldn't fix it, and it was just all crashing before them right in front of a public forum. And she didn't want to tell them out. She didn't want to do it. She loved them. She loved them. It's like that episode once we watched on SVU. Had the two black brothers, and I think it was Adam Beach and Ice-T were working with these two guys, and they were having trouble getting out of gangs, drug dealing, stuff like that. They were smart kids. They had these IQs that are off the charts, and they were trying to get them into, I think Trey Lorenz was one of them, and the other guy was from, I think I want to say he's from Friday Night Lights. I can't remember. But they were two young, good actors. I like Trey Lorenz. I'm pretty sure it was Trey Lorenz. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was him or not. I can't remember. It's hard. Maybe he's older now. I don't know. I like Trey Lorenz, though. But he was sitting there, and there were these two brothers, and they had this prostitute mom that just sold them out and they had to get to this case thing, and she put them through hell, and they were having the examination things. The kids went in to go talk to mom, and I think it was Stabler or whatever sitting there watching. He goes, after all that she's done to them, these kids still love her and will do anything for her. They still love her. Wow. And then Adam Beach tried to get her straight because she was on drugs. And he was trying to get her on prostitution and get her to talk to the boys again. And she ended up ODing or something and dying at the end. It was a trip. But the two boys, Adam Beach decided he was going to try to take the two boys under his wing and get them back into school and get them going. So they would, I can't remember exactly but it was a really deep story. Me and him sitting and watching. I was just like, wow. I'd worked with kids like that. I had a young man, he told me that, he said, I'd come home This is hard for me not to think about sex. And I was like, why? He goes, I'd come home and my mom would have the new uncle, and he would come in and be having sex with her, but then he'd be sitting on the couch, the bedroom door didn't close or whatever stuff. I'd come in to play a video game or something like that, and guys would be coming in and having sex with my mom, and the new uncle, the pimp, and he would see it and hear it and watch it all day. And his mom's attractive, and so he'd just watch his mom have sex with, so the other words, the guy would make him go outside, and, but he wanted to play a video game, he had to listen to his mom make a living. Isn't that special? Like America? Remember Vivian told me that? She said, I'm so glad I didn't have any babies, Ralph. If I did, if I had to, I'd sell my body to take care of those babies. Isn't America special? Isn't that beautiful? These are the type of people you're dealing with. These are the type of people that want to perpetuate an economy based on monetary value. And you can't get rid of it. What you don't get, Ralph, is that we'll continue to have stories like this and about the babies being burned in piles in Cambodia during the opium trades and the little girls being raped across the border, and people setting up guises of how special they are and how they stand up for human rights and unborn babies and rights to bear arms, and we need guns to protect ourselves from these crazy people that are trying to force their will upon us. You don't need guns to stop yourself from being maniacal, bought into, planet-destroying, false value worshiping, insane people. You need real faith, and you need real beauty, and you need real recognition of the life that is created by something greater than yourself that you have to see as a beautiful gift that you can help preserve, you can help take care of, and you can help love. It's that simple. And you just walk up one day and you'll see your groceries, beer, and wine, and you might get to the point where you want less beer and wine, more groceries. When I was in jail at the DA, the charges were dropped. Yeah, there, because I couldn't get a license in New Mexico, so the main charges were dropped because I was unable to procure a license because I didn't have the proper residency thing, but I did have a legal Arizona license driving here. So the charges were dropped because I spent 2 days in jail on basically erroneous charges, which is cool. Judge Cano is a very good man. That happens, innocent people get persecuted and locked up. No, they don't. No, Martin Luther King and Steve Biko were never locked up, and no, it never happened. It doesn't happen in America. Nah, okay, never mind. Henry David Thoreau, yeah, no, he was never locked up protesting the Mexican-American War or anything like that. Yeah, his right to simply into protest. No, Spotty Lincoln. Yeah, people found our knowledge in history, man. You guys are a trip. But I was sitting there talking to the guys about relationships before I got out. I was talking about trying to be cool with other people's stuff, and it's like, man, it's like eating other people's groceries, man. It's just not right. You think you are, man? Like little what's her name? Goldilocks. Some big bitch living in my bed. We've been eating my porridge. So wait a minute. Yeah, but if she's sleeping with someone else, she ain't your groceries. That's how it is, man. Then she ain't your groceries. She ain't giving you nourishment. Let her go. A good woman is like good groceries. She's gonna feed you. She's gonna make you feel good. She's gonna take care of you. And she's gonna give you the groceries when you need the groceries. I'm hungry, baby. All right. Be it affection, be it to listen, to have someone to listen to, someone to cry with, someone to hold. You ever heard Cry Together by the OJs? Last night, me and my woman, we cried together. It's a good song, man. I'm really into the OJs. You already know that, right? I need some time to make sense of my life, man. This stuff is really crazy. These people will mess with you and make you sit there in the shower and think to yourself, I'm just going to I could spend the next 20 years, hopefully, if I spent the next 20 years of my life just making my ends meet, getting separated from the Fabres and any kind of extortion that they could put on me for those beautiful children, and being separated from them, and trying to make sense of my life and find a woman to make some time with and make some loving with, and sit there and think, man, were they just fucking with me the whole time? Am I just made out to be crazy? Just another face in the crowd? Yeah, that's cool. As long as I make my ends, make my means, and I got to make my deals with the beast. I mean, if that's my existence, that's my existence. But it's hard for me to tolerate. It's hard for me to put up with. Because they told me this is for the babies. And I see all those pictures of those babies. And then Gabe told me tonight, he goes, yeah, there's pretty women here, but they got the men outnumber them. And these areas and stuff, a lot of these beautiful women, I guess, in El Paso and Las Cruces, you know. So there's places in America where the men outnumber the women a lot. So I think I've found a solution numerically to our less husbands for our wives in the Middle East. But the only problem is I've got to convert them to the Lord's Prayer and submitting to the Lord's Prayer. I guess I ain't gonna do it. I guess I can't do it. I guess I'm not capable. I know. I think I'm all cocky and think I'm all that in a bag of chips. I am. I'm the Messiah. I'm me. But I'm the life that God gave me. I'm the King of Kings. I'm the Lord of Lords. I'm amazing. I'm beautiful. I had some self-esteem issues today. I'm like, you have to forgive me, man. I colored the beard again. It's making me feel younger, and I feel better. And I'm tired of being run down and put down, and it hurts. And I'm tired of being hurt, and I'm tired of being screwed around on and lied on and beat up. And they brutalized me, man, for just speaking the truth, speaking facts, which most of them can be proven. And because I didn't agree with them, I couldn't get a job in this town. They conspired and stole my children. They treated me like shit. They talk about me like I'm crazy. They treat me like I'm crazy. They treat me like shit. I mean, just for speaking facts and worrying and trying to do something about the kids getting raped across the border, the people getting put down and locked up for resisting, and people getting murdered across the world because they're trying to resist this tyranny. And my own family helped take my kids, steal my kids and give them back to a lady that's an adulterer, a liar, a cheat, and a conspirator. I had people admit to me. It's the first thing that crossed her mind. She actually tried and thought to find ways to get an insurance policy to kill you and get rid of you, and then find ways to get rid of the kids. I can't handle them. They're crazy. Their dad was nuts. He killed himself, and now so I'm going to give them over to, she tried to do it with Natalie in Albuquerque. Just give her to the state. She's too crazy. We don't have the resources. My parents have to control her or handle her. And so let's just give her to the state. She's crazy. I'm like, no, she's not. She's just an angry little girl. She's got issues. We can work with it. That's my dog. I gave up my son. I lost my son in court, okay, to raise this little girl. I lost one of the most beautiful little boys on the planet to help you raise this girl and our son, Noah. He's my son. And I gave up that, and I wasn't going to give Natalie up to the state. She was my little dog, man. I wasn't going to do it. And it hurts for her to always tell me, I don't love you, and tell me how much she loves her mom, because she has to, because that's her mom. And Kelly and her dad, she has to love her mom and dad, because she has to love them. He left. He beat her up when she was in the womb, man. He almost killed you before you even hit the ground running, because she talked him into it because she wanted to get rid of you. And then she wanted to give you away to the state and be raised by other people that didn't even know you. And then she betrayed me too, man. It's okay. Patrick admits it. He kind of did it too. His mom came and told him a bunch of lies, and the girls, and they questioned him, and his Aunt Kay and all them, and they sat down together and said, your dad's been this way. No, and it was a bunch of bullshit. And then he had to sit and listen to it for all those years when I couldn't afford to pay child support because they kept screwing with me, and Amy kept screwing with me, and they kept jerking me both around the middle so they could rebuild their reputation of not being... The whole thing, like with Gabe last night, she collected child support, and I was paying child support, and I was taking care of him. My friends were wondering, why is she complaining that you're not paying child support? You've been living with us for 4 months, and we've never met the woman, and she's not getting child support? Raw. They didn't understand it. So me and Cindy and Bob sat down one night. We were talking about people, and she said, she must know she's a fucking creep. I was like, I don't think people do. I think we think we're pretty decent people. Otherwise, we would change and try to be better people. So I don't think we see ourselves subjectively and try to correct ourselves. I don't think most of us do. Otherwise, they would fix it, and they wouldn't be so, you know what I mean? That's why it's dysfunction. If we could sit back and look at ourselves and take a walk around ourselves and see ourselves, we could start fixing a lot of the problems. But it's easier to live outside of yourself and fix things than it is living inside yourself and trying to make an organization of it. Me and James talked about that too, because I don't like organized religion. I go, yeah, it's almost like trying to organize your thoughts. That was you, just everything changes. I'm going to do one more. This is interesting. I love you guys, all right? Hang in there, okay? Me too? Okay. Blessings and peace.